let's talk about this real quick, man. Like the Sixers, obviously the Sixers and Embiid is injured. And I know some people, were laughing and, kind of like, God damn, what's wrong with Embiid? He's soft. He was crying and stuff like that. Having a broken face and having that hit on, because he's not even supposed to be playing. So one, he gets ratings for that. All right. He's not supposed to be playing, and then getting hit on the face, whether it's the ball, whether someone barely touches you, like getting constantly hit on your face on when it's hella sore and hella like any contact is going to make, as the more hits you get, the more hurt it gets, and your pain tolerance could be high, but you know what I mean? It's still going to affect you. It's still going to be pain. Like it's going to be pain. Now, like mans are not supposed to cry. You know what I'm saying? Like he was actually crying. Like he's actually crying. Like he was, you know what I mean? Like he was crying. It's not to laugh at the cry, but like I can understand, especially as a hooper. Like a lot of people speaking on that shouldn't even be speaking on that because you have no pain tolerance, fam. When you just get a cut, you be crying. Nice your beak. You know what I'm saying? Like relax yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like what are you talking about? You shouldn't be speaking up. Those are the trolls for the most part. But someone who hoops, you know what I'm saying? You could scream, you could holler and stuff. There's other ways to deal with that pain. Your first instincts doesn't go to crying. You know what I'm saying? And this is multiple scenarios where Embiid, his first instincts goes to crying. When he lost in game 7 versus the Raptors, he went to crying. For the troll that Embiid is and for the shit talker that Embiid is, it's just, that's where it's laughable to me that he just automatically goes to crying. That's like if Draymond is now crying when he's hurt, like I'll be shocked. When you have this type of persona, like Dennis Rodman now crying, when you have this type of persona, you're not, that you crying is gonna shock. It's gonna be a shock. It's more so I could see that side of where people are like, yo, what's wrong with this? That's soft, fam. Especially if you actually hoop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the hoopers can have the right to speak that, not the other guys. But for the most part, I still understand that, like, it's pain is pain. How mans deal with it, that's why I always say, in moments of real pain, in moments of those real scenarios, your real character gets shown. And Embiid is just he's more of a crier. There's certain guys that want to deal with pain, they have to cry. It's just like that. There's certain guys to deal with pain, they scream, they punch the wall, You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain ways, there's certain characters how you deal with it, right? I'm one of the guys that just be screaming, You know what I mean? God damn, oh fuck man, god damn, yo help me up, Nick. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I deal with it. And I've had, hella severe injuries. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had them ones. So you know what I'm saying? Like, and then there's guys like Kobe who's different that don't even nothing, just a grimace and you good. There's different levels, right? I guess the pain tolerance, I don't know. But you know what I mean? I can speak on that. I hoop, so I know. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, that's what was funny to me, even though he still is injured, so it's not funny. But you know what I mean? That's kind of what I took away from that. But you trolls can't speak on that. Anyways, we move past that. I rate Embiid the fact that he's playing, period, right? And he kept playing and he didn't walk out and just was gone. Like he kept playing. So you got to rate that, right? But we have to talk about something because even though Embiid, forget the injury, right? This is not an injury thing because even when Embiid is injured, he's playing great in terms of offense, efficiency, stuff like that. Especially he's the only guy other than KD that's getting recklessly doubled even without screens. Like he's getting double, triple, like for a lot of the times, right? And he's still, because he's a bigger body, has more strength. He's able to fight through and shoot, and he's bigger. He's just a big man. So, he's killing, and that's where it's like you still appreciate it. But his shot attempts do diminish. His aggressive in terms he's forced to pass more. So, like, you're not going to see guys still shoot 30 shots regardless of double, triples or not in this era. Those days are gone, right? Because of how much of flack Jordan and Kobe, especially Kobe, got for those, right? Especially because he had teammates who were more better than the Jordan teammates, even though I was talking about skill, right? Like he had guys who could shoot stuff like that, right? Because it's a newer era. He got more flack for his inefficient shots and just shooting all the type of stuff that now these newer era guys, it's more of a chess match. Not only that, they're playing with more skilled guys. So like Kobe and MJ were forced to shoot those shots because am I going to pass to a non-shooter in the corner who's just not, at least the guys now are 3-and-D. Back then they were just defense, like the Tony Allens. Like you got guys like that were just defensive monsters, but they had no shot. They can only score in the paint. So am I going to kick it out to that guy in the corner? No, I have to shoot this. Where now you have more skill around you. Even with the guys who don't have skill, they can at least shoot the three. So you get what I'm saying? So it's like, why am I going to take this double team, triple team shot if like I could just make the right play and hit that guy? That's why you don't see triple team. You'll see it here and there, right? More so the double team shots you see guys shoot. It's like they didn't know the double was coming. They were shooting and the guy came late on the double and contested, so it's a double closeout. For the most part, doubled out the gate, and I know a guy's double and I'm going to still shoot it, shimmying on those guys. You're not going to see that in this era because there's more skill around you. So that guy will just get an open shot. And that's why you see more unconventional doubles now in this era, because they don't care about pride in one-on-one defense. Guys literally had pride in one-on-one defense that I'm not going to double you, right? I'm not going to do that. Now this one, they don't care. They rather that guy shoot and live with those numbers. And you know the analytics, his numbers, he's not going to shoot this efficient from three. Have that guy in. There's all these calculations going on, and analytics has seeped through the game drastically that now guys aggressively double because they know he's going to make the right play and you're going to do what I want. Where back then, he's not going to make the right play. The right play is actually me scoring because you don't want me to shoot anyways. That's why you're doubling. So me passing it to that guy is the right play for the other team. But for my team, me shooting is the right play. That's why they're doubling me. So I'm going to keep shooting, right? Because they don't want me to shoot. Just because you double me, you mean you want me to give the ball out of my hands. That's why you're doubling. No, I'm not going to let you win that. So I'm going to shoot it. That's another thinking that people don't operate with, you know what I mean, or dissect. But anyways, the point is Embiid's getting doubled, you know what I'm saying, and he's still scoring, which is great. So this is not an offensive knock on Embiid. Now let's literally just talk about his defense. People don't really talk about his defense more. If you watch the last video, I talked about with the Bucks, you know, Giannis, there's young Luka, like a lot of these superstars are getting attacked on defense and people aren't highlighting it. The Heat are literally killing Embiid in the drop coverage. Like Embiid, if you watch Embiid on defense, if it's not the paint, he literally plays lazy defense. Like his perimeter defense is fugazi. Even Deadman is shooting mid-range shots on him, right? He's just literally lazily just in the paint, guarding nobody. Lazy contest, lazy stunt, lazy hedges. Like he's just sitting in the paint. Max Strus is abusing this man on drop cover. Like how he literally reminds me of Joe Harris, how he's coming off curl screens, bigger, stocky type of body. You know how they shoot, can do side steps. You know, he has a better handle than Joe Harris, but for the most part, they're very identical. They marry each other in their games, right? So you have Strus coming off curls, coming off pin downs, you know, coming off flares, stuff like that. And Embiid, his man is screening him, and Embiid is just sitting in the paint. Butler is easy to kill mid-range. He's just sitting in the paint, right? Because when Bam is setting these screens, you're supposed to help that. He's not getting open off one-on-one. He's getting open off your man screening and helping him to get open. Why aren't you helping him? Why aren't you switching? Why aren't Embiid don't be doing that? And he literally plays lazy defense. This is exactly what happened to him last year with Trae Young. Ben Simmons was getting screened. Embiid just sitting in the paint and Trae Young just frying in those games. He's frying the drop coverage. Bogdanovich, all these guys are frying. Like, people don't talk about this enough. And I'm here to highlight I'm highlighting what's real. This is not talked about enough. I don't know why. Well, I know why, but I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, he's getting abused on defense a lot of the part, but they're going to say Embiid has elite defense. And I'm like, I don't know where when you highlight numbers, when you just look at, when Embiid's contesting, the percentage of the person missing is higher, so he has great defense. But how many is he contesting every shot? You're only looking at the times he contested. How about when he don't contest? How about when he's playing in the paint? He's like you can't. That's what I'm trying to tell. Like, all these analytics, all these statistical things are literally, you can't just focus on those because it's not going to give you the real context. Nothing will give you the real context if all you do is focus on stats. The stats are supposed to confirm what you see. When you watch the game first, go to the stats second. That's what you do. That's what the guys who play the game at the highest level do. That's why they watch the film, then they look at the stats. Or when they look at the stats on the sideline, they're looking at the stats because they just played and they saw what they saw. They're in the game. So now I look at the stats to kind of summarize, I know that this man's killing. We're allowing this man to kill. Let me go to the stats and see. Is he actually killing? Wow, he actually is 20. He is killing. My mind told me, like, my mind isn't lying to me. That's kind of like how mans go to the stats, like, as a hooper when you play. Coaches and stuff like that. And now, because of this, now why is he scoring 20? Let's go to the film. Where these guys literally look at, this said when Embiid was on him, he was 1 for 11. Okay, because Embiid is help contesting. Is that really Embiid on him? How about when Embiid wasn't guarding him? Or there's a screen and he wasn't on him? It's going to say Max Strus. It was going to say, not Max, sorry. Max Strus scoring those threes. It's going to say whoever, Tobias or whoever was on him. It's going to say Maxey was on him on those shots. But Embiid is actually supposed to be on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, like, the stats won't tell you that. This guy shoots elite on dribble pull-up shots. Let's dissect the dribble pull-up. What do they write as dribble pull-up? They write dribble. Just because I took a dribble before I shot, they call it dribble pull-up. That's not a dribble pull-up, fam. That's not a dribble pull-up. Dribble pull-up is literally a designed shot. It's a different type of shot. It's a different shot release than your set shot. It's a dribble pull-up. The foot planting. Your set shot, you catch it, you shoot it. Your dribble pull-up is a one dribble escape to the midi or from three, and it's a different shot. It's more of a leaner. It's more of a, you know what I'm saying? You jump differently. Your form is differently because your foot planting is differently. Your dribble pull-up to the right. How about your dribble pull-up to the left? That's what Kyrie said. He still feels like I need to be more on balance. My toes need to point better when I dribble pull-up to the left because it's a different, these are different feet work type of shots. Guys who don't have this feet work, even though it says a dribble pull-up, they didn't do a dribble pull-up. They literally had a screen. They stopped, waited, and then they shot. That's different than a man literally pulling up and taking advantage of the drop coverage and pulling up in the gap and quick, one dribble, escape, pull up. You know what I'm saying? Those are different shots. And they're going to read it like it's the same shot. No, it's not the same shot. They'll say LeBron's bag is high in the dribble pull-up shot. He shoots this percent of dribble pull-up. No, he just dribbles the ball a lot. He's running the PNR. He's doing this, whatever. And then the screen don't work or the screen works. That guy sags off or whatever. And then now he just set shots. That's not a dribble pull-up, fam. Because if it was a dribble pull-up, why is the defense now saying, we're going to force you right because you don't pull up this way. We're going to force you to, you don't pull up this way with us on your hip. You don't do a step back. You don't do these pull-ups. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you can't just read stats. You can't just read those things because it will lie to you. It will definitely lie to you. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, when you look at it, man, just dog. You got to understand this is what elite looks like. The Heat, like, they're just abusing this. They're just abusing the Sixers. And literally, Embiid's defense is literally the culprit of the Heat going off. And people don't pay attention to that. And that's the reason why I said these matchups make everything, right? This is why the Raptors kind of struggled versus the Sixers because they couldn't really attack that. They did sometimes, but they didn't focus on it because they just focused on getting stops, pushing in transition. The Heat have creators. They have Max Strus coming off screens, pulling that can kill Embiid. Butler can pull in the gap. Tyler Hero can pull in the gap. Duncan Robinson can pull off the screen. He's not getting as much minutes, but he could do it as well. Victor Oladipo has done it as well. So, you know what I mean? There's multiple guys. Even PJ Tucker's doing floaters. You know what I mean? Not off the gap, but like off the rip through and stuff like that. Like, Embiid's defense is getting exposed. So, you know, obviously, we're not even going to talk about Harden because we can talk about that for a majority. But this is just a quick video just to highlight the defense and the reason why the Heat is literally killing. This is the culprit. This is the reason why. So, you know, for the most part, we'll see how things transpire. We'll see how things go. You know what I mean? I think the Heat can win in game 6 if they keep attacking Embiid. I've always said, attack Embiid, force him to guard. He's not going to. He's a lazy defender. He's a very lazy defender. And it's not like I'm hating on Embiid. It's just, this is what the footage has showed me. It's the same way as you can attack Jokic. And people don't talk about this. As much as he's elite and get an MVP and whatever, you can attack Jokic because he's a lazy defender. He plays the drop same ways. Lazy defense doesn't have the great foot speed. You can kill him. Same way with Rudy Gobert. A lot of these guys that have great defense or are great bigs, they have bad defense in these actions. They're not going to move. This is why you have to prioritize and say these guys are elite. Guys like Draymond, guys like Bam, guys like AD. You know what I'm saying? KD is one of them as well too. These taller, athletic bigs who actually hedge hard, recover, can switch and guard the perimeter guys like that are elite. Giannis sometimes does it, but he still plays drop. But I'll even throw him in that category. But for the most part, like, those guys are elite. They have great defensive capabilities. Great defensive capabilities. So, you know, we'll see how these things transpire. Ayton also, he sometimes does it, but he plays drop a little bit. But he at least has length enough. He'll close out some shots. He'll have some good foot speed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to pay attention to these things. So that's why those are the guys that should be winning Defensive Player of the Year. And perimeter players moving forward. None of these rim protecting bigs that just block shots at the paint, they should never win it no more. Gone are those days. Gone are those days, yo. Gone are those days. Perimeter defense is more vital. It drastically changes things. Hedge defense, PNR defense changes things. Al Horford too, switchability, like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So we'll see. Anyways, it's true talks. It's true talks. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no down here. There's no jaw here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know. Again, spread the word. We got, you know, just spread the word, man. Spread the word. Share. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no down here. There's no jaw here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know. And I'm out, man.